Hello, my dear tuning forks, and welcome to the next discussion that is going to be about dun 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 energy. Now, please note that I am not a scientist. So, as we walk through different definitions of energy, that many of them are related to science, I am doing my best. And the ways in which I work with energy, because everything is energy, everything is a frequency, I'm trying to, yes, bring you some knowledge based off of definitions, but this is my own translation of energy. Now, for my scientists out there, if you specialize in physics, in biology, in chemistry, and you are taking on the challenge to make a video that helps us further understand these things, please tag me or put something in the comments that I may have missed below. But when you're creating this video, my dear friends, because I've seen some TikTokies that explain certain things before, but I need you scientific people to understand that even if you're giving me the definition of something, I don't always understand the terms that are in your definition. So I need you to even break down the terms in the definition into as simple language as possible, which is quite difficult sometimes when you specialize in something because it's already common knowledge to you. It's like, don't you get it? And it's like, no, I don't. Okay, so that's your challenge for my scientists out there, but let's get going. The difference in this discussion is that I'm not going to walk through each definition and then relate it to the lesson. We're just going to go one definition at a time, and I'm just going to bring in the concepts that I feel like are important when it comes to energy, because again, I'm not a scientist. Let's do this. So our general definition of energy tells us that energy is the capacity to do work, do something, an action, a behavior, or cause change. And how do we even change our behavior? Changing our thoughts and our emotions. Are you with me? Woo! Okay, so let's break it down. Our general definition tells us, again, it is the capacity. What is a capacity? Even I have the capacity to do this, or I've already taken up the full capacity of this space, right? It is the ability to do something or the potential to make something happen. The capacity to do work, the potential is your available ability. I can't take an action or even have a thought about something that I have no knowledge on, that is not in the database, right? And when it even says the capacity is ability, right? The available information to me, or what is stored. So I can only take action on what is already stored in the database. For example, I put the performance depends on practice, right? If you have a piano recital, yes, I played the piano, I'm not going to do very good if I didn't practice beforehand, if I don't have the ability to do so in the moment, to take the behavior, because I've already worked with my mental. And I don't know, I mean, music is emotional, but I'm not going to go too crazy. Okay, so the question is, remember, the ability to do work or cause change. Now, I asked Chatty, what causes change? So, motion, your speed or direction. So, how fast are you moving towards something? Remember, our yeses and our nos. In our direction, how fast am I going towards something? And what am I saying yes or no to? How does my day look? What am I spending time thinking about? Spending time feeling? Or are my feelings driving what I'm already doing because I haven't healed it yet? Cool. What else causes change? The position where something is. So your environment. I know, it's so cool. So where something is going to determine how much it can do something, how much it can work, how much it has the potential to carry out an action. So this is why it's important to be aware of our environment, even our position as we sit. Yes, my chair is a little squeaky. Then what else causes change? The state, a solid versus a liquid. Now, this is it's getting a little scientific for me, but am I being fluid with the change is kind of the way I see it, or am I being so rigid that I can't change? Just made that up. Now, last but not least, what causes change, according to Chatty, is structure. So the ability to break, bend, or heat, right? Breaking and bending. What is your limit? What breaks you down? How much capacity do you have for your emotional resilience, right? Remember the hyper interior cortex part of the brain that is responsible for your willpower and doing new things that are hard, doing the thing that you don't want to do. It becomes easier and you're less able to be broken if you're always working on that. And are you bendy? Are you able to be flexible with your environment and take in new information and change your identity? So cool. I actually broke down structure a bit more. And I asked Chad and it said, structure is how something is arranged internally. And what is internal? Our thoughts and our emotions, right? So the ways in which something can be arranged internally is being held together, breaking apart, or rearranged into new forms. Because if you've had this discussion before, even in terms of like energy and spirituality and stuff, it's always said that energy cannot be destroyed. It can be transformed. So when we transform what is happening internally, it will determine what action you are able to take right now, as well as the capacity that you have to take that action when it is needed. Because, let's say, for example, you stay home instead of going outside because you know that you have a big presentation on Monday, right? I'm storing my capacity, my energy, my ability to perform well on Monday for my presentation because I saved my thoughts and my emotions, my capacity to do something for something that matters to me. I think I did okay. Okay, we're going to go to the next definition in the next video. See you there. Last but not least, which I think is quite cool, is force, whether it's a push or a pull. Push or pull, right? So there's things, again, in our environment or even internally, like our thoughts and our emotions, that will either push us to change or pull us back. Like there's things that are affecting which ways that we're going. And I really like this idea because you can either be the force that changes your life, or something outside of you is going to force you to do it because you're avoiding it to begin with. Hence, remember when I was telling you guys that I really like my room, right? God needed to get me out of my room. So I was pushed out of my room instead of just leaving gradually over time on my own. That's the way that I'm thinking about this. Now, I'm just going to read off my notes and the other things I have prepared for you to wrap up this lesson. So again, our capacity. How ready are you? Is your battery charged? Do I have the information available? Am I wasting my ability on something else when I need it for something else? Now, do you have an organized direction towards your change? What am I choosing? My behaviors My thoughts and my emotions should be in line with what I want. Next, is your mechanism ready to use energy, aka your muscles? Is my body physically prepared? Remember that nervous system. We don't want our nervous system to be taking over in the middle of us trying to complete something, whether that's as simple as going to the grocery store or preparing for a big presentation. We want to be in control of our mechanism, body, mind. Cool. What limits your energy? Ooh, I like this one, Una. What is your breaking point? Your biological limitations. Are you able to pick up this 50-pound box, right? That's depending on the capacity of your stored energy, how much time you spend lifting. If you go outside and you go for a walk, yada, 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 yada. Okay? Now, ooh, I even put age on there, but this is tea. But you can slow down your biological clock. What ages us? Stress. So if you stop stressing, you gonna stay younger, and your body can stop at the age you are now. I know. That's for a different story. If you want to learn more, let me know. Okay, let's continue. And your physical limits. Okay, biological was more age and physical was more, can I lift the box? Sorry. Okay, now, how easily energy moves. Your nervous system, your circulation, right? These things are impacting the direction that your energy can go into, how much you have stored within you. Because again, if you're like, let's say your jar of yourself, if all of it's filled with regulating your emotions every day, you're gonna have a hard time actually using your energy for what you need it for, right? Energy cannot be destroyed. It can just be changed. So once you take care of the nervous system, now your energy is not being used solely for regulating your body, but it can be used towards other things. So cool. I don't know, I have another bullet point for capacity, but capacity is to do something, the capacity to do something versus how much capacity is this consuming. Oh, I like that one more. Remember the capacity of this space? How much capacity is something consuming? If something, someone, somewhere is consuming too much of your energy, go back, look at your thoughts, look at your emotions, and notice that it's taking up too much capacity. This fly is gonna get it. You shouldn't kill things. I know, but that guy, okay. Okay. This is the end of this lesson.